Hello, my name is Alex Nielsen, and this is my informative speech for Speech 1110. When you think of Albert Einstein, do you think of a normal man, a great scientist, or a ladies' man? Why not all three? Today, we will be discussing the life of Albert Einstein. First, we will look at his family life, and then we will look at his life in regards to science. And lastly, we will be talking about his love life. Now, according to Einstein, his life and universe, he was born in March 14th of 1879 in Ulm, Germany. He died in April 18th of 1955. He had a relatively small family with his father Hermann, his mother Pauline, and his one sister Maja. As he progressed through life, he developed very public views on both religion and politics. Einstein considered himself an agnostic, and he was a very outspoken pacifist and was against the Nazi Party and World War II. But as he did move to America, he spoke out against the war and bolstered the American war effort by selling war bonds and speaking out against war in general. Now that we've looked at Einstein's life, now we can look at his achievements through science. According to the Nobel Prize Association, he won the Nobel Prize in 1921 for his work with the photoelectric effect. The main idea of the photoelectric effect is that light can travel both as a particle and as a wave. This was instrumental in the development of solar cells and devices such as solar diodes. It also explained phenomena such as photosynthesis in plants, where they convert solar energy into food. One of his other scientific achievements was the development of the equation E equals mc squared. This was instrumental in the research of the atomic bomb because it stated that if matter could be moved at the speed of light, it could be converted into energy. This would be very, very useful if you wanted to use it as a power source, because if you take, say, a 1 kilogram of coal, which is around 2.2 pounds, and use the E equals mc squared to convert it into energy, it would make 25 billion kilowatt hours of energy. That was enough to supply the city of New York for power in 1940 for almost 2 days. And one of his more confusing ideas that he developed was the theory of relativity. According to Albert Einstein, theoretical physicist, it says that giant bodies alter space-time, and that space and time are actually interwoven together to create space-time. It also states that events that occur at one time for one body may actually occur in another time for another body if they are moving at different speeds. I know this is way over my head, so I'm not going to try and explain it to everyone. Now, seeing that how his developments in science were so instrumental, and his normal life, there's no reason why he couldn't really reel in the ladies. He had 2 wives. One was Mileva Marek, who he did get divorced to, and his second wife was Elsa Einstein, who's actually his second cousin. Through his marriages, he had 3 children. Their names were Edward, Hans, and Lacerel. According to his wives, he was very rude to his wives, actually, and mistreated them. And he would spend countless hours in his study, just constantly ignoring them, and if they would enter, he would tell them to leave. And there are also other reports that he did, in fact, cheat on his wives, and there were several reports that actually found letters of Einstein writing to his mistresses, and it was just proof that he really cheated. Now, I'm not sure if all this was great, but it did say that he did have a way with the ladies. If it was a good way, that's up to you. Now today, we have talked about Albert Einstein. We talked about his family life, his achievements in science, and his love life. Now, there is no doubt that Einstein was a great man. What he did to get there may not have been the greatest thing, but he will always have an impact on society today.